Hello students, I would like to point a few things out in your book in section 2.6 that I find very important for you to know and understand. The algebra of functions. We are going to now take a function and another function and we're going to perform sums, differences, products, and quotients on those functions. On the next page we have the sum, the difference, the product, and the quotient. This is read as f plus g of x, which is also equal to f of x plus g of x. So we take those two functions on the previous page and we add them together. We can also subtract them. We can also multiply them. We read this as f of x times g of x. And then we multiply the two functions together. And similarly, we have a quotient, which is just replacing f of x with the function and g of x. Please read all of the definitions and please go over all of the examples. It will help you tremendously. Also, please read the step-by-step procedure of what is going on in every single example. On page 290, there are a few more examples that you can go over using checkpoints and by looking at examples that are a little bit more complicated. Next, I would like to discuss the composition of functions. This can be difficult for some students, so please make sure you read the composition of the function f with g, and it is read as f circle g and is defined by the equation f circle g of x equals f of g of x. Sometimes when you look at or read the input of x into g, it can be confusing. So make sure you read it, but make sure you practice. Remember, if you have the online version of the textbook, you can click on an example that is a video, an animation, and a practice problem. So, in this example, we are forming a composite function. So we are going to take the g function and plug it into the x variable. So we begin with f circle g of x and the composition of f with g. We replace every occurrence that we see in f where x is and substitute in g of x. Please take notice to all of the work shown. Go over every example possible. And if you have the online version of the book, please utilize every learning tool that is available. I would suggest you go over the domain especially if you are going into higher levels of math. But even if you're not, the main thing with the domain, especially when dealing with functions, is you have to consider where the function is not working. And in any function where you have a rational type of expression, anything that makes the denominator 0 is what is going to make the function a problem. There's going to be a problem at anything that would make the denominator 0, which will make it undefined. Please take notice to the rules. Finally, you would like and want to figure out how to decompose functions, meaning we're going in the opposite order. Just like foiling, multiplying two expressions together, you can also factor. It's similar to what is going on here. Please go over these examples, and if again you have the online version, you can click on problems, extra problems, and you can practice. Finally, I think it is a really good idea for you to go over the concept and vocabulary check, especially in Chapter 2. It's pretty much the basis for all other things in the course. Thank you very much, and I hope everyone is doing well with their project.